Hey guys, this is Helldozer from Zombieland Gaming, and I am back in Vermintide 2. Now, why do I have this screen up? Well, as you can see by the title, I did some work. I got sick of running around like a madman and not really sure, like stats, stuff like this. So I will say, as it says in the description, that some of these are my opinions, but most of this is what I have put together from Reddit, Steam forums, other forums, Fat Shark forums, other forums that talked about Vermintide 2. I know that there is a place, a website that you can get your look at other people's character sheets and see what they're doing. So I have decided to start with Kirlian. It's not going to be any playing today. This is going to be just more of me chit-chatting and showing stuff. Why am I doing this? It's a very good question. Why are you doing that? Because I wanted to make a video that put together everything that I found in a nice, neat package for anybody that might view it and have any questions. I will be doing five of these such things, one for each tune. I started with Kerillain. Kirlian was the biggest pain in the ass to do because she had I had a lot of gear. That's my fault. I didn't break a whole lot. I wound up having to break a bunch. And just playing with stats and whatnot, this is what I found. Now, I don't remember everything that I saw, and every single one of these tunes I'm going to be showing you is tweaked out to go with the gear that they have. Meaning, every single one, when I click on them at the hero selection screen, boom. If I pick the Shade, boom, I'm ready to go. If I pick Huntsman, boom, I'm ready to go. If I pick, whatever the case may be, I'm ready to go. The one that's going to be last is going to be Sienna, because I have not done one. I have not tricked out her gear for each spec. So Sienna's going to be last because I'm still working on her. But honestly, I spent about 4 to 5 hours just doing the characters that I've done. So, again, anybody that does wind up seeing this or watching this, and instead of making a video, I'm live streaming it in case somebody pops in and asks a question, I can answer it. But this is what it is. So, for talents, we're going to go here. The increased crit chance. Everything that I read said that you can use this, you could take this secondary one, but everybody was recommending that. That one, the power boost is actually a pretty decent one. I believe this one was the backup. Arcane Bodkins. I'm taking the choice that nobody said you should take. Why am I doing that? Because this turns you into basically a machine gun. If it's used right, you never really run out of arrows. Very rarely do I ever pick up the ammo bags that are laying around, but every once in a while, if there's ammo that drops off of a random mob, I'll pick those up. But very rarely do I ever have to pick up ammo, which saves it for anybody else that wants to use it. Now, your other choices are there. Increases the health generation. If you're smart, you are not going to be able to frontline in this particular spec. You're just not. But you can still throw big hits, and I did have to adjust my playstyle, but I'll get to that in a minute. This one was actually the one that was recommended. And then Isha's Embrace was the backup. Obviously, that's very good for the party. I'm selfish and went with ammo. That was above boards. Every single spec, every single tune, that's the one that they usually picked. I did have this one. It was nice to get a pile of life back, but a few times I did die and then they killed the boss, and my screen flashed like I gained the health, even though I was dead. It was kind of irritating. That is probably the best choice. That, I think, it feels kind of like a trick because it is temporary health. It's not an actual heal. Azrai Focus is the best. And that's if you want to be like, I was using Thirst and that hand in hand, but I was drowning in arrows. I never used enough arrows. So that guy is kind of overkill, so I went there. Now, as far as equipment, I tried to get close to the top stats that were recommended, the appropriate stat for each class and spec. Some of them, like if it shows damage to chaos, but I wound up getting like crit or something like that at its top marker. If it seemed like it was a good choice, I stuck with it. So some of these might be off to what you want to do. Some of these might be on. I don't know. Again, this is just a guide with my opinion. Okay. You're going to be wanting to push back with her. You're not going to front line. The attack speed, the one thing that I noticed with the increased speed is that you can do I call it a shadow swing. You block, but if you hit the left mouse button real quick and then block again, you actually get a very short swing. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. It's like a shadow swing. So if you had, it's almost like the block, push, and swing, but you don't actually block. You block the incoming shot, you get a short swing, and then your block is back up. So if they swing, they never actually hit you. Crit, 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 and more crit. That's not the best numbers you can have, but you want Scrounger and crit, definitely across the board. I have noticed a lot of increased bow damage because of that. And from what I read online, the bow stats and the weapon stats are separate. So, for example, you won't get all that crit when you swing, and you won't get that attack speed with the bow. Well, you can't get block reduction with a bow, so that would be pointless. I went with health and push block here. The increased health, obviously, and the push, because you're not going to be frontlining. So when you do push, you're going to want to make sure you have a solid push. I went with Healer's Touch. I saw people saying you could take anything. There were people that were saying take hand. I personally like this because it takes the heat off of healing items on the level. That wound up hitting perfect stats, and I was really happy about that. The crit and attack speed, and Concoction. I never really played with Concoction. It's actually that's a lie. That is the one I've always played with Concoction. Forget that. You want Concoction. It definitely helps with bosses, and in a pinch, those little shadow swings, you can actually turn them into 2. And this is above boards on every single one of my tunes in every spec. 5% crit, 33 curse resistance. You want curse resistance. I see people playing without curse resistance, and it's crazy. Why would you play without curse resistance? Especially getting both books, you have to have that. So this is my Waystalker. I'm not going to be playing at all. This is just going to be a short little stream, like I said, in case anybody came in, if they had some questions, whatever. So we are off to Handmaiden. Now, we'll go to talents first. Yeah, that's kind of an important pick. You're going to be... I've been playing this particular spec up front, and it does very, very well. Better than I thought it would. These two just aren't useful, even though they seem like they would. I like that because if you're catching up to the party, or if you are up front and you see a bunch of small rats, you're going to see why this is important. Yep. Power over speed, because you can make the speed up someplace. And she has enough speed as is. That was recommended over Shadow Step, obviously, and Glade Runner. The movement speed is movement speed. I don't think that's really important. Dodge distance, I don't know. You have daggers, like if they're not dead. However, I do see somebody armored, like a Chaos Warrior or the Armored Rats. Yeah, but you shouldn't. Like, if you can't get one or two charge attacks off, you probably shouldn't be up front. Obviously, that one. Now, this one, I didn't think it was going to be as useful, and I've been using this one. I originally thought the Blade Dancer would be good, or that Handmaiden's Graces. No, this absolutely trumps them. The way that I play, I like to swing back and forth. I'll hit up front. Then when it's getting too busy, I'll swing to another side where somebody else might be. Then I'll swing back across. Now, that's where the choice that I usually will make is made. Because by that time, you can be kind of flanking. So I will dash across. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to slice everybody as you're running through them, helping the guys that are to your right. But you get a couple of swings of the guys that are coming and a chance to retreat. That's very key because it creates almost, in my opinion, like a little bit of a lull, like a couple second lull, so you can get ready. Plus, you've taken out some of the guys in the front line, and that helps for the synergy of swings, is I guess what I would call it. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. Your flow, so that you don't have to take a couple. You have to block a couple of hits so that you can get back into your rhythm. I like slicing through flanks, or straight through and then coming back, and splitting a group up into pieces. Where, it's very, I don't know, it's very strategic, I guess. I don't know, people might think I'm crazy. I don't know, it might make sense to other people. I don't know. But her gear. Okay, so I read a couple of arguments against duels against swords and the sword-dagger combo. Daggers are fast. They're going to slice and dice. If you want a little, I did try swords. If you want a little bit of extra range and sacrifice a little bit of speed, then go with swords. Daggers, you're up close and personal, and you're slicing them down. It's really kind of like how you want to play. I'm not saying one is right over the other. It's just how, if you want to play a certain way, then play another way. Play the way you want. Now, I should have had higher crit power, and I should have had a little bit more attack speed, but I was happy with what happened. I had been rolling and rolling and rolling, and I wound up getting them. I got those numbers. I cut it off there. Resourceful Combatant. Critical reduces remaining the cooldown. Yes, I have been able to charge 3 or 4 times through a pack, and that is really helpful. It's very useful. Now, back to the bow. Okay, crit and crit. I felt that was really good. Like, that's a home run right there. And again, Scrounger. Again, because of the crits. Now, that is a short bow. And anybody that uses a short bow knows, yep, it's that. So, you don't want to put the green shit on your friends. You just don't want to do it. If you can see a pack coming, it makes absolute sense to fire 5 or 6 arrows if you can line up headshots. Get a couple of crits, get some of your arrows back. Slamming into the group. And, I mean, hell, it poisons everybody. I mean, put them even into the shield rats. It makes perfect sense. Now, a long time ago, yeah, I said, why would you want to take that into a legend group? You're going to be poisoning the hell out of everybody. Well, I also figured out if you do it correctly, you don't have to poison everybody. The amulet. Again, I went with Healer's Touch. Health and block. The health, obviously, just for a little bit of an extra boost, and the block for if you do get cornered, it comes in handy. You only have a couple of shields, so use them wisely. I believe Chaos and Monsters is correct. I think it was Chaos Skaven. But I stuck with the Monsters because if I can get up behind him and spend some time getting off, 3 or 4 charged shots and then dash through them, well, whatever. Especially if I have a drink with concoction, it's going to be beneficial behind him. And the monsters really are the thing that causes enough of the problems. So I decided to stay with that. Other people might not agree with it. That's just where I went. again, that curse resistance, and I didn't change that out, which I am doing right now. And Grenadier. Was that Grenadier? Yeah, you're going to want... Everybody has been recommending Grenadier up and down. I don't know. I haven't had a lot of luck with it, but that's what's recommended, and that's what I'm taking. Playstyle is playstyle. That's what I decided to do. And for our last contestant, Yield Shade. Now, talents-wise. Okay, so you got this guy, and you got that guy, and you got that guy. I mean, the dodge range by 20%, okay. I mean, I thought maybe that would have been better, but they're recommending that, and I have not played Shade to really test this. I played the other two. So I might change that. I don't know. Movement speed, no. Increased damage taken by enemies, disabling Kirlian. Increases, yeah, that's the obvious pick. Like, I had never taken anything other than that. Yep, that's very good right there. I had that even before I was told to take it, and that's always been very beneficial. Increased angle for backstabs. I had always wondered about that and haven't actually tried it, so I don't know. But it does obviously require you being behind them. I don't know. Yep, that pick. And duration infiltrate. No longer breaks when firing ranged. And reduces infiltrate. Yeah. For this spec, I can totally understand why that is beneficial, because you want to get behind and be out of sight a lot more than you want them to see you. Okay, so I went with dual daggers again. I might try swords. I might not, don't know, but those are the same daggers that Handmaiden's using. Okay, infantry and crit. Those are top stats for what was recommended, and the conservative shooter. Now, I don't know. I think you could maybe get away with Scrounger. People argued about conservative shooter versus Scrounger. I don't know. I kind of like the way that one's set up. That's actually supposed to be 20 health and 2 stam. I had probably rolled that about 25 times, and the 25th time that came up, I don't know. I probably could go back to rolling. I just didn't feel like it. Chaos and monsters, again, daggers behind them, bang, bang, bang. And that one needs to be changed to that. And I've gone over that one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I might actually do a run. Screw it, what the hell. Let's see what are these guys here? 30 minutes to get all that done. Oh boy. Three bosses. Oh, maybe we could get lucky, I guess. I'll just go for random. Screw it. Actually, she doesn't need anything. Yeah, she just needs legends. Let me go back to here. Hail Scourge is boss. Custom game. Brexton Broker. Where are you? We'll go war camp. Actually, sorry, I'm bouncing around like an idiot here. Alright, Handmaiden. Yeah, Handmaiden hasn't done any of those. Empire in Flames, Festering Grounds. War Camp. Yep, she needs War Camp. Alright, so I'm just going to go in. I've definitely noticed that the bots play, they shell out some damage. And I do have mods. That's the other thing I'm going to go over. I meant to go over one of the first things, but oh well. I do have... I have all the mods that were approved except for 2. Now, if nobody bounces in, I'll go over it here real quick. It's probably not the most opportune thing, but like I said, I did mean to go over this a little earlier. No, these are all my guys. Okay, so Bestiary, you have to actually put these, you have to bind this. I bound it to the down arrow next to the numbers pad. The UI, you do have to download the framework. So framework should be the first one that you get. Sticky Grim is so that you don't click on the Grim, you don't open, hit the button and boom, you throw the Grim away. Yeah, you can mess with all that. Waypoints, I haven't actually used it, but you do have to set these up to go through there. Now, I will show you the Bestiary real quick. I can't show you the Bestiary real quick. Okay, so when I go back, I'll show you the Bestiary.
Come on, darlings. We've a champion to demolish.
Well, you're a barrel of laughs today.
And I don't know if there's a problem with the matchmaking system, but matchmaking has been horrible since before the weekend. Oh, I'll take it. Okay, so now the only thing I am going to do is I'm going to go through and grab one book, one tome. That's it. Just personal preference. When I have the bots, I don't feel like dealing with all that BS. I don't do the jump test. Oh, missed him. Okay, so now we're all grouped up, all real nice like, in one little area. Damn. Now, as you can see, that ultimate bar fills up fast. Oh, come on.
Miserable, sodden mess, all of it. Boy, which eye do you want this? Oh, with a pack now.
Oh! Oh! Oh, he didn't like that. And that's how you do. Yeah, sorry about that.
Not as sneaky as you believe, runner. Move quickly, Lumberhoods.
Yep, let them get burned.
Gas rat, somewhere close.
And I'm out. Damn.
An adequate kill. I keep hoping you'll improve.
Oh, let me guess. That healing stuff grows on trees back home, eh?
If you have a point to make, Kruber, just make it.
What fun? That's a hook rat.
A hook rat, cruel amongst the cruel kin.
Uh-oh.
Kruber, your lack of finesse makes your rampage somewhat more endearing.
Smell some ammunition.
Oh.
The mayfly knows how to strike.
What have I done?
The things are there.
Come to me! At once! This is but the outer edge of the warpath. We must keep going. Oh, not waste the drop. Assassin rat.
Ah, think of it. There's a scryer out.
How?
Don't like the look of that. We have holy work ahead of us!
The eternal dance. Never.
Hold up, mate. The encampment's just ahead. Listen, warpath, Lord.
Rat man always
Make your blow.
compensated with machinery.
Another madman can track his Lord's son.
There's a runner in the shadows. There, got the runner. No more kills for you, assassin. There's work powder on the wind. A gunner is close.
Oh, there's two of them up there. Yeah, they got the... So there is a candle over there and a candle down in there that you gotta hit.
You don't treat your enemies like that.
Uh-oh.
I don't leak one.
In the water. So I was hoping to actually get that on camera for people that don't know about it, which I don't know who wouldn't know about that right now, but...
Look, Shalier's gift.
I'm binding my wounds.
Oh, there's arrows.
Fill the gas rack. Over down. Shot him out.
That's one way to do it, I suppose.
See that battery ram? Have a notion it'll be handy. Now! Do Sigma's work and slay them all!
Ah. Okay.
That wind blew straight from the false moon. They don't learn, do they?
Ram's ready to strike. Are we?
You're watched. Do not feel the eyes upon you.
Every dead foe strengthens my faith in you.
You were lucky to get to the call, Lumberjack.
Alright, well, he handed them their ass.
I'll slay every last one. I'll bind you up good, you'll see. Yeah. I was about to get myself up. That bomb will serve us well.
Now, you still can do head strikes on armored rats. You just have to aim for their head. It's a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but... See what I did there? Maybe I should actually try the stairs since they're right there. Oh, hello.
Don't waste it. What is this place? An arena, perhaps? Fighting for sport. Waste of time and effort. Hang about. Stick my leg back on.
That's funny. No matter how many times I ever see that, it never gets old. Like the one red thinks, all right, I'm gonna get all four of them. All these other failures, yeah, I'm gonna get them now.
Come, hunt me down if you can. I need no aid against weakling Southlanders.
Huh? The Scunner wants to die. Who are we to deny him?
What can I say? Charging.
Start with these Southlanders.
At least you know real
Violence of laws. Suffer for it all.
That hurt! Insolent!
Ooh! And that's how you do that.
Right away!
Kneel before Sir Kruger, you filthy bastards! The portal's over there!
Faster, mate!
So there you go. So hopefully, something I did today might have helped you. You might have been able to see something. I don't know. I definitely noticed that my playstyle is different. Obviously, I'm doing a lot better than I used to. So sometimes you just need to throw some work down after you get agitated enough and take a look and see what the hell it is you're doing wrong. So, granted, that was only champion, and champion's very easy to outgear, and, you know, play actually does, I mean, understand it comes into play there. But, right spec, right stats, everything kind of goes your way. So let's see what we got here. I don't know if there's, hopefully maybe make general. As long as Reynold isn't. There we go. Alright. Alright. So that's that for today. Anybody that does watch this, thank you very much. I hope I helped you out. Hope I did a little bit of research or answer some of the questions you might have. But this is Helldozer for Zombieland Gaming. If you see something you like, please like and subscribe. Come back, check out my other videos and some of my streams. I am going to be doing Dying Light, Mad Max. I'm going to be starting Mad Max and Dying Light. We'll continue with 7 Days to Die, World of Warcraft, all the stuff I've been doing, Vermintide. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you again later.